everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to go over how to blur and lock out elements inside a bubble. Now, first and foremost, this is not going to be through hiding and showing groups. This is if you want to lock certain elements or features based on a user's role plan that they're on, or simply the fact that they're not a beta tester. This is how you'd be able to do it. And let's take a look at the demo right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this over here. So I built a sample application here. This is a sales tracker on Bubble, and it's super simple. As you can see, this is not real data. It's just all sample data. But you can see over here on the right, we have a feature called Sales by Team Member. And this feature clearly has buttons and data underneath, but you can see it's blurred out and there's a bit of an opacity on top. On top, there's a little locked icon and it says upgrade to unlock this. So if I were to click on this, I'm prompted to upgrade my plan to unlock this feature. So let me just go ahead, and this user is currently in the database on no plans at all. So I'm just going to switch to light and hit upgrade. And you can see in the database, it did get changed to light, but you can see it's still blurred out. So the plan that I've set it to is premium to allow the user to access this feature. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to premium and then hit upgrade, and you'll see, boom. Now we're able to actually access the element. These buttons aren't assigned to anything because I did make the sample app quickly, but you can see I'm actually able to hover and use these now based on the user now having access to it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and explain how to build this. Alrighty, to go ahead and get started, you want to go ahead and grab this plugin called Locked Element by Brandarrow. So I'm going to leave this link in the description so you guys can quickly go and grab it. And if you take a quick look at the demo page, same concept, you see a sales tracker underneath that's been locked. And if you hit unlock, it goes ahead and unlocks that. You could hover the buttons and actually, if they were connected to a workflow, they would fire as usual. And then if you hit lock, goes ahead and locks it. And when you click it, a little toast comes up and a pop-up. And of course, this could be anything. It's firing an event. And it also publishes a state on the plugins element, which is great. So you can actually keep track of what elements are locked and unlocked, which you can see change right here. So yeah, go ahead and grab this plugin and then hop into your Bubble editor, and you can start right from there. Alright, so I've went ahead and popped back into my editor for my test app here, and we're on the same page, the locked element page, and I've went ahead and just reset it without the plugin. So if we go ahead and refresh the page here, the same page we looked at earlier, you can see it's just acting as normal without any locks. So now that we have the plugin installed, we're going to go ahead and search locked element, and we can go ahead and add this to anywhere on the page. So I'm just going to add it right here next to my dashboard, just like that. And honestly, this doesn't matter, but I'm just going to align it just for the sake of it. So that's it. So you don't have to set anything else on the actual element. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and go to the element that you want to lock. So for us, that's going to be the sales by team member. And you go ahead and select the group at which level you want to lock it. So if I wanted to lock, for example, just the names here, or just these buttons, I would be able to grab the group for the buttons and set an ID attribute to that. But we want to lock the actual sales entire card over here. So we're going to click that, and you can see it's highlighting this entire portion. And you want to go ahead and set an ID attribute that is unique for it. So if you don't have this on, what you can do is you can go to settings, general, scroll all the way to the bottom, and check the tick box for expose the option to add an ID attribute. Once you do that, you'll see this little field at the bottom here for ID attribute, and just give this a unique name. So I'm just going to call this locked element for mine, because I know on my app there's nothing else called that, so at least on this page. So we're going to go ahead and copy that, and then we can go ahead and start our workflow. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here to click to add an event, and we're going to do when the page is loaded, because again, on this app, we want to check if the user is on the plan in order to lock it or not. So we're going to do on page load only when current user plan is not, because we want it only for the premium users. So when the current user's plan is not, and we're going to go ahead and do a quick search for that plan because it is set to a data type for me on this app, and I'll just do by name. There's plenty of better ways to do this, but we want it for the premium plan, so we're going to type in premium. We'll grab the first item. So we're going to say when the current user's plan is pretty much not premium, then we want this page load action to fire. And on this page load action, we're going to do locked element, lock a locked element. We're going to select that element. By default, it should be selected. You can change the lock text, so we'll change that to upgrade to unlock this feature. We can kind of change it up a little. And we're going to go ahead and paste that container ID here. So for me, that was locked element. So I went ahead and pasted that here. And now you can add an icon by uploading it or putting a dynamic image, but I'm just going to go ahead and grab one from Fluent. So we can go to Fluent icons over here in Iconify, and we'll just grab a quick lock feature icon. I'm trying to see what we can do. We could just grab a simple lock like this, like that, and we're gonna make sure we're selected on PNG and copy to clipboard as URL. Go ahead and go to dynamic image, and we can paste that in, and it should import that in here. Let's scroll down all the way to the bottom here, and now we could select the icon and the text font color. So I know in the demo app it was a white opacity, so we could change that up, and we could do a darker one this time. So we could do like this for our color, and the blur color can be more of a all right, sorry, that is correct. We can do a black for the blur color, and we can do white for the text to switch it up. And you could change the blur intensity if you'd like here. I'm just gonna leave it to 0.8 because that's nice, nice enough for me. So if that's all good, then we can go ahead and refresh. You can see now it's giving us the lock right here. So the icon is black, which tends to just contrast, but otherwise you can see it goes ahead and locks it up here. Now I do notice that we could add a little bit more of a darker shade to this, so we can go more of like a 90% and then refresh. That should give us a bit of a nicer shade. Now unfortunately the lock button isn't something you can see, so we can just change that here. Let me just grab another lock icon. Let's go here, and we'll just select color to be white, copy to clipboard, and we'll just go ahead and change that really quick so we can see that better, and refresh, and boom. So just like that, you can see now this feature is locked, and I can click on it and nothing's gonna happen. I can't actually get to what's behind it, but nothing is happening when we click on this because we haven't set up any workflow for that. So to do that, we're gonna come back here to the editor, click here to add an event. We're gonna go to elements, and we're gonna select the one that says a locked element. Locked element is clicked. We're gonna click that, and we can add an action here. And for this one, we're just gonna do show an element because we already have our pop-up set up, obviously. So we're gonna show the pop-up pretty much when this is clicked. So now we can refresh again and click it, and you can see now it's opening up this pop-up. So now in order to unlock this, what we can do is currently if we go ahead and select a plan here and hit upgrade, it's going to go ahead and upgrade the user to that plan. And we also want it to unlock this in the background. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and customize this upgrade button because that's where I want the workflow to fire. So to do that, I'm just going to open up my pop-up that I've already built. So I have my pre-built pop-up here for upgrading the plan, and we're going to set the workflow on the upgrade button. So we're going to hit add workflow. And first and foremost, what we want to do is we're going to make changes to the current user so we can update the plan to what they're on or what they selected. So we're going to select plan, and we're going to change it to whatever plan they've selected. So for me, I've done it on, why is it clicking? Let's see. Not sure why it's glitching out here. Oh, there we go. So I've selected it to be on the pop-ups state called selected plan. So there we go. That's it, just like that. And then now we can fire a workflow to unlock an element. So we'll do unlock an element. And this is just so it unlocks it based on the plan that they upgrade to. And then what we can do is we can hide the pop-up because we no longer need it. Now on this unlock, we do want to make sure that they switch to premium before we go ahead and unlock them because they could switch simply from light to pro. So in order to do that, we want to go ahead and we're going to grab the same conditional from our page load lock and paste that in here. And instead of is not, we're going to do is. So when it is premium, then unlock it, otherwise don't. So now if we refresh it, we'll go ahead and see it lock up. And now if you click it, we see our unlock. And I'm going to go and select the light plan and hit upgrade. And you can see it still stays locked. But now when I click on it, it's telling me my current plan is light. So now even if I upgrade to pro and hit upgrade, still stays locked. But now when I go ahead and select premium, which is what we selected for it to unlock, and hit upgrade, just like that, it's now unlocked. So yeah, it's a super easy plugin, super easy to do this, and it really provides great incentive for you to lock different parts of your features and different parts of your app in general by a plan or by the role of the user or anything else such as beta testers or anything of that sort. So drop a like on the video, leave a comment, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm more than happy to help. Thanks.